This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Tunnel and Razor.
Well, we've all heard the stories how one questionable post on social media can land a person in pretty hot water.
Yeah, it can be with a place of employment. It can be with school. Posts on social media can even get you in trouble with the law. For instance, just a few weeks back, police in Louisiana charged a 13-year-old boy with animal cruelty after a video posted on a social media site went viral.
The video showed the boy slapping this puppy in the face and then laughing about it. Police say they received complaints from around the world. Officers were able to identify, locate, and cite the teen. The puppy was checked out, taken to a shelter, and will be just fine. And that's just one story. There are so many others that may make you think, why would somebody do that?
Maybe people just don't understand the consequences of their actions when it comes to social media. So joining us today to help us get a better handle on this is attorney Kelly Geloff, who is the managing partner with the Tunnel and Razor law firm in Sussex County. Thank you so much for joining us, Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
People just don't get this, do they?
I guess not, because they keep doing it and they keep getting in trouble.
And it's not just words, it's pictures too.
Yes, it's everything in social media. It can be used against you a lot of times within the legal realm.
So let's talk about when you're in an automobile accident, because I've seen people do it. They have an automobile accident, they want to tell somebody about their terrible day, and they post a picture of the accident.
Right. Sometimes it's innocent and it's okay. Where you have to be careful is if someone was in an accident saying at the scene, hey, I didn't do this and I didn't do that, then they go and brag about being in the accident, or they really were driving, but hey, they got away with this. They actually post those things. Well, as long as it's out there, someone can access it and it can be used against you.
So it can impact the case.
It can impact the case. And I mean, it could show you that, it can show the people that are looking at it saying, okay, they're a liar.
Ah, okay, so there's car wrecks. When it comes to family situations, it can get kind of sticky there too, can't it?
Yes, it is used in family court a lot of times, where an example would be if someone is going for what they call a PFA, or protection from abuse order, against, say, their ex-spouse, soon-to-be ex-spouse, or whomever, because they feel that things are going on in the home that shouldn't be, or against themselves, whatever it may be. They can go on to their Facebook account or Twitter or whatever it is and see what's going on and see if they have posted any pictures actually showing the behavior that they're denying is happening.
And it's not just your post you got to look out for, it's your friends' posts as well who may be in your house?
Yes, and in that particular situation, yeah, if you're living with somebody and that person is doing things that you're saying aren't happening in the home, well, yeah, that would impact that situation. Also, if you're hanging out with a group of people who may have done something wrong, or one or two people within that group did something wrong, if they find that on their social media posts, then that can potentially be used against whomever they may be going after.
I have actually heard stories of criminals posting things, and they can actually come back into court in a criminal case.
Yeah, depending on what the defense is. Oftentimes it's if you're saying, no, I didn't do this or do that, and they actually have something on social media that shows you actually doing it, probably similar to what you were just talking about earlier with regard to that dog. That is a classic example of how they can use proof. It's right here, you know.
Now you gotta watch your language too, because we're not just talking about posting something and bragging about something you did. The language that you use on Facebook can be used against you?
Yeah, in a situation, particularly if you're a minor and say you're trying to get off probation, you haven't really been in trouble before, and you were put on probation because of something that you did, and you're asking to come off probation, or you're asking to come off early or something. Well, if say in that case, the prosecutor were able to access some kind of account or Twitter account, or an attorney involved for the victim were to access it and see that you are using vulgar language, you're bullying people, you are not doing things that you claim to be doing and trying to stay straight and be a good citizen, they may potentially be able to bring that before the judge and say, look, I'm really opposing this person being let off probation. I don't think he's learned his lesson, or she hasn't learned her lesson, because look at what they're doing. That potentially could come up, yes.
This seems like it would be a common sense thing, but be careful what you post about where you work too.
Yes, in Delaware, I mean, it is an at-will state. So unless you have a contract, so let's talk about it. If you don't have a contract of some sort, and your boss, supervisor, someone within the company were to see you posting hate mail or something somewhere, then you could be called in on it, or they don't have to have a reason to get rid of you. I mean, they may just look at that enough and say, you know, they don't have loyalty to this company, and, you know, we're going to let you go. They don't have to give the reason.
So don't bash your boss on Facebook. Kelly, thank you so much. Wow, lots of things to know and remember. And if you'd like more information on Tunnel and Razor's areas of practice, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.